What's up guys, this is your boy Christopher Joe, and today I will be showing you guys how to download, install, and get your Vita 3K up and running. Also showing you guys how to get your video games to run. Now I'm starting brand new fresh, like I don't have Vita 3K or Emudeck installed. Now there's two ways you can get this. I personally like to use the Emudeck version. Is just easier for me, and I play all the other Emudeck emulators anyway. But there's another way you can get it if you don't want to deal with that. But side note, if you guys just want the Vita 3K, you can actually also just download just that specifically from Emudeck. Let's just go ahead and just get started. So right now I'm just in Google typing in a Vita 3K download. Now you're on your Steamdeck, so when you see this part right here, you're just gonna go to download at the top, and we are running with Linux, so we're gonna grab this where it says grab from GitHub. It's downloading. I'm using Google Chrome, but you can use whichever one you want to. Let's unzip this right here. Why not? So we're gonna go to extract. Let's just extract here. Made a folder for you. Let's click on the folder. So what you want to do right here is click on Vita 3K. It's going to ask you, do you want to execute? Let's execute. Go to continue or trust it. You'll know which one you have selected when it has a V next to it. So we're just going to go to next. Now this is the current emulator path. I want to change my path. I'm only doing this because I have more space on my SD card. So I'm going to change the emulator. Change where everything is going to be saved to. So it's going to take you to your portal for all your files. I go on the left side over here. Mine is the one that says primary. So I'm going to save it to where it says deck. This right here just reconfirms where you're saving it to, and I'm just gonna go to next. And you remember where you're saving it to, because that's where you're gonna be putting most of your files. Installing both firmware files is highly recommended. You definitely need your firmware. The download font package, you can. I guess I'll do it for the sake of the video. I usually don't. So let's go to download firmware. So Firefox is gonna take you to the PS Vita firmware page. This is the official. This is the one you want to get. I made a mistake and downloaded one from a different website, and it held up my whole process, and I was wondering why it didn't work. It's because I didn't get the official one. So we're just gonna go to download. Security risks pop up. We're just gonna go allow download. Now go to install firmware. You go back to your downloads. This is the file. We're going to go to open, installation in progress. Please wait. Okay, firmware is successfully installed. So here it says there is no firmware font package present. So let's just go ahead and download it, just in case somebody else wants to do this. I'll show you guys how to do it, and you see it's up, it's downloading right here. So we're gonna minimize that. So install firmware is a PSP update, not the PSV. Okay, so we're gonna open that. Okay, delete firmware installation file. You can or you can't. If you just want to use it for future existence, but they're pretty easy to get. I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Once they're installed, you don't really need them. So those are installed. So we're going to go to next. Here you can change just some interface stuff. I'm going to keep everything the same for now. So let's go to next. You have now completed initial setup. Your Vita 3K system is ready. That part is pretty straightforward. To get started, play install. We already did this. We already did the firmware. They have a website right here where you can see the compatibility list of all the games. My experience with this is that even though it might say playable, honestly might not even mean that it's playable on the Steamdeck. I've seen some games that are like, it says playable and they just weren't. No rhyme or reason or whatnot. I've even seen some games that said that it wasn't compatible, and it really was, which is weird. So it's kind of hard to say which does this, to me personally, what does this like relate to? Does it relate to the Vita 3K on the computer, the phone, or the Steam Deck, or wherever? Check that out, see which ones you want to get. But right now we're just gonna go to we're gonna set everything up. Let's go ahead and close that. So let's go to create user and keep this pretty much what you want. I am Christopher Joe. You can upload a picture and change your avatar. You can do that anytime down the road though. Okay. So when this comes in, you can create another one, delete one, but we're gonna just go and click on the one we just made. And here is your opening screen. I'm using a mouse right now, which makes it a lot easier, at least for now. You can also play this on the desktop, but it's still a lot better on the Steam. This is where you'll be installing your games. When you go to your settings, go to your CPU. Now, your enable optimizations may be clicked on when you go to your CPU. Me personally, for some odd reason, I had to click mine off. So I'm going to click mine off for now. So in GPU, we're going to go to backend renderer. I usually just use Vulkan. So we're going to click Vulkan. The GPU right now will be set to automatic, so we're going to leave that there. Renderer accuracy, right now I'm going to put this on standard. These are pretty much the settings that I've had before. So now that that is set up, we're going to go all the way down and we're just going to press save. Make sure you click save. Then after save, we're just going to go to close. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to get a game up and running. I own Gravity Rush, so we're going to get that up and running. This is the PKG file, and this is the work bin. You'll need both of these to work. So let's bring back up. So let's bring up Vita. We're going to go to File, Install PKG. I have mine on the desktop in this folder that says New Folder. We're going to pick the PK file, and we're going to click Open. Now it's going to take us here. Select the work bin that comes with your game. Click on that. Open. This is a good sign because it's reading it as Gravity Rush. It's installing. This is all straight, no cutting. We're just going to see how long it takes. Still at 80%. Installation complete. Do you want to delete the file? I do. And I will recommend, you do it anyway if you feel confident that the game is working. But it's good to delete the files because you don't want to run out of space. So there goes Gravity Rush. It says this is gray, but I've played this before. Let's go ahead and click it. This is also a good sign. So let's go ahead and go to start. Let's make this big. And so far, so good. There goes the sound. Let me cut this down a little bit. Now, one cool thing about this is that this is a touch screen. So right now I'm touching the screen to do that. The second way to get Vita 3K is through Emudeck, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And I personally recommend doing it through Emudeck. The only reason I showed you guys the other way, because I know somebody asked me personally to show them how to download the Vita 3K as a standalone, and this is why I don't like doing that, because I've already downloaded it, as you guys can see, but you can't find it anywhere. Go through all the applications. It's not there. Let's go to games. It's not there. The only way I found out how to do it is if you go back to your file and open it up this way, which I think is pretty tedious. And for some reason, when you drag this out, let's just move that there. Let's say if you don't want to go through that way, it won't open. Yeah, it just won't open unless it's in that file. I know there probably is a way, but if you guys are like me, I don't really feel like going through all the runaround when doing it through Emudeck is a lot easier. And that's just me. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it the second way. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that fresh, meaning that I'm going to erase everything that I just did. Typing in Emudeck, Steamdeck, right into Google. I'll have the link in the description. So we're gonna go to the first one, Emudeck. I'm going to deny. So right here, we're gonna go to download, and it'll take you straight down. We're gonna click on Steam OS, download for free. Let that download. Let's open this up. Now, this is asking us to put it on a desktop. So let's put it on a desktop. Move here. We're just gonna exit that out. Install Emudeck. Let's double click on that. Yes, we trust. We're gonna let this do its thing for now. Installing Emudeck. Now we're in. No, you can always go to easy or custom mode. You can go to easy and it'll set up everything for you if you're new to this. Or you have custom mode where you can set up stuff more customized for yourself as far as changing ratios, filters, front ends, choosing which emulators you want to do. Right now I'm just going to go to easy mode. Click that and go to continue. I want everything on my SD card. We're going to go to next. So I'm going to click on Steamdeck and then go to finish. Installing Emudeck. Okay, so this is random. I've never run into this problem before, but quick fix. If you're stuck on installing Emudeck Dolphin widescreen off, there's a pop-up behind this. So let's go ahead and minimize that. I have OBS up right now. Asking to apply a hotfix. Go to OK. Remove Yuzu. Cool, I don't want it anyway. We'll go to OK. And you see that it finally continued. Okay, so we're just gonna maximize this again, telling you everything that downloaded. We're gonna go to next. So we're just gonna go to manual copy. We'll be doing this ourselves. So I'll go ahead and close that. We're just gonna go to next. Now here you can set everything up with emulation station. That way all of your games will be inside of the emulation station. Or you can have everything placed like how it is right now, how it kind of shows you under each name. You can still use emulation station, but I'm actually going to use it now since it's recommended for huge libraries, and I do understand why. And it just looks like aesthetically, it looks very, very pleasing. So I'm gonna click emulation station. Now here is going to launch Steam ROM Manager. Right here is the emulation hotkeys, just hotkeys that kind of help for, you know, if you're stuck or want to get out of something right now. They're kind of universal, some aren't. I don't really pay attention to this because it's easier to do everything on your Steam Deck. So we're just gonna go to finish. That is done. What I am going to do is I'm going to click on Emudeck. Let's go to manage emulators, and you can actually just uninstall all of the ones that you don't want and just keep Vita3k. I mean, if that's just what you want to do, I recommend at least doing that as opposed to getting it from the website, because it's just the way that it's set up on here. You'll find it easy. It'll be no problems. Like say for instance, like how we couldn't find it before. There it goes, and that's from Emudeck. Oh, so basically same instance. This will pop up. Download firmware. It's gonna send us to the website. I don't need to sign in. Send us to the website. Download update. It's gonna ask you, are you sure? Allow download. Quick download right here. Let's download. Let's just minimize that. It's gonna ask us to download firmware font package. Just in case if you guys want to. Why not? Let's just download that. So we're gonna minimize this. We're gonna go to close, create user, put in your name. If you want to change your avatar, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and click on your name. Now here, before you do anything, you want to install your firmware. We did that, sent it to our download, PSV. We're gonna do that, install progress. We already have the font package downloaded. Delete firmware installation file, yes. If you want to install the font package, you'll do the same thing. You'll go to file, install firmware, but you'll pick the other one, which is, it says the PSP, which is for the font. Let that install. Delete, yes. Let's maximize this. We're gonna go to configuration. We're gonna go to settings. Let's go here. We're gonna unclick enable optimizations. Then we're gonna go to GPU. It's already set to Vulkan. I'm gonna put this on standard for now. Now we're gonna go down to save, and that's pretty much it. Save it a couple times to make sure it saves. If you want, then we're gonna close. I'm going to show you guys how to install a game. I already own Gravity Rush, so go to install PKG. From my experience, I've tried to change it to zip file and VPK. Those didn't work. The only thing that worked for me was PKG files. So I had that on my desktop in its own folder here. This is going to pop up. It's going to ask for the work bin. You're going to need this. Each game comes with its own. So go ahead and open that. Then it's going to install. So it's gonna ask you, do you want to delete your files? I mean, you can, but me personally, I think I'm going to keep these and maybe save them later, just in case if anything happens, I don't have to go searching or trying to go through this whole process again. I suggest just keeping them in a safe place, but you might want to just remove them because, I mean, you can play those games without having the file, which I think is pretty cool. It'll definitely save on space. So you do remember on the standalone version, it had Gravity Rush as gray, which is, it wasn't recommended. This one, it is green. So I do believe that this one is continually being updated way more than the standalone that I got from the browser. I can actually already tell that it's moving a lot faster than the other one. So that's why I definitely recommend getting it from Emudeck. I know there are some people that don't like Emudeck, and I can only understand this. It's safer and a lot easier and way more stable. And then another good thing about that, if you have it on your Emudeck, if you go to your Emudeck, you guys can make this to where it can pop up for you, your game. Go to Steam ROM Manager. Go to yes. When this pops up, we're going to go to next. We're going to go to add games, parse. Now let's go to refresh, and there we go. It's right here. And that's because here it knows where to look for it at. You can change the thumbnail. I like that one. So remember to save to Steam. Wait for that to be done. I'm gonna exit out that. Now we're going to go to return to gaming mode. When you guys have that downloaded, you can either go to Gravity Rush right here. You can play it right there, or, which I think is pretty cool, if you go to your Vita3k, open that. Pretty much just we're gonna click that so it doesn't keep showing. Go ahead and close. Click on your user, and then bam, all your games will pop up here, and you can just play it right there. Which I think this is probably a lot cooler because you can, you still have that feeling of having a PS Vita. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know the last video I showed some gameplay. Right now, this is the only game that I have at the moment. But I mean, it works just as well. So with that being said, I hope you guys liked the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying positive, and staying woke. And on that note, adios. Peace.